Assalamu alaikum. Welcome to my presentation. Here is my presentation topic: improving software architecture design decision by selecting set of solutions. This is Mr. Tasneem. Thank you, Shekhar Almita sir, to give me an opportunity. I start my presentation. Here, introduction. All the software systems are created on the basis of design decisions. These design decisions are taken the earliest phase of software architecture on the architecturally significant requirements. A suitable architecture based on architectural design decision is a challenging task, which is made by tools, manually or technical, etc. Sometimes it do not cover the architectural design decision significantly and systematically. Why this paper? It proposes an approach that helps the software architect to thoroughly define and traces the architectural design decision significantly and systematically. Besides on this, it reduces time, cost, and effort. This paper goal to provide ADD, architectural design decision, in a system architecture in an iterative process. It not only provides the structure but also the solution of the arising problem during the software architecture phase. Now, following step, we can follow the 3 steps. At first, we can collect our requirements. Then, based of this requirement, we take our architecture design decision. And based on this design decision, we can provide our software architecture design. Next, architecture design decision. What is architecture design decision? It depends on it may be a functional and non-functional requirement. It come from the quality requirements, background knowledge, management, experience of the architect. And requirements and software design decision influence the development duration, cost, quality of system capability to fulfill the stakeholder needs and goal of the system. And it reduce the budget, time, highly skilled professional can apply. Sometimes it can apply the software design patterns and decision reuse. Here is a proposed approach. We follow the 7-step for this approach. First of all, architecturally significant requirements, and then scoping, problem specification, solution, then choose the software architecture, choose proposed solution, modify and describe this architecture, and analyze it, then system architecture. We can describe one by one manually, first of all, architecturally significant requirements. It may be user requirements, stakeholder concern, functional requirements, non-functional requirements, all the list of the requirements and the decision view. The second step is scoping problem specification. At first, you identify the actual problem considered in iteration. Problem is multiple. When problem is multiple, then we prioritize the problem. Which problem has the most priority, which is less priority. Then describe the problem, motivation description. Then why problem is problem. We find out this answer and the causes of this problem, goal of the problem to ADD that must be solved. Next step is solution. After identification the problem and association and motivation and causes, the solution is proposed. Solution is a proposal to solve an under consideration problem. One problem has multiple solutions. We can find out all the solution. Here is the solution picture, like as identify the problem, then we go to the solution step, then we go to the success step. Next step is choose the software architect, make decision and choose the proposed solution. We can follow some steps like description, design rule, design constraint, pros, cons, dependencies, design pattern, architectural style. Description means it defines the solution being proposed, and design rules. A possible solution may have some design rules, and a solution have some constraints. In the solution, in pros, we define that in the solution we have some benefits, and in cons, we define the disadvantage of the solution. Dependencies. One component depends the other components, and we can find out these dependencies. Design pattern. There is many design patterns. We can use our solution like as creational design pattern, behavioral design pattern, structural design pattern, and at last the architectural style. Architectural style also associated with the decision. And we can choose our decision based on our knowledge, experience, and choose our solution which is effective and efficient. The next step is modify and describe architecture. The selected solution in the decision can describe one or more architectural object, and this element defines the change of this element. Sometimes our requirement is changed, then we can modify our architecture. We can do in this phase. The next step is analysis. Architectural analysis helps to define the problem and proposed solution has been chosen. Different kinds of architectural analysis have been performed depending on the kind of analysis, like consistency analysis, architectural description, completeness analysis, structural analysis, and impact analysis. Then last step is system architecture. The system which represent all the system component and their relationships. If all the requirements is completed, then our software architecture is ready. If answer is no, then we go to the next iteration and we can find out our new ASR not process. Here is the evaluation picture. We see that is one step we can find out our ASR architectural significance requirement, and then we go to the scoping problem specification based on the prioritization causes, and we can find out the solution. Here we see that there is a multiple solution for one problem. Solution 1, solution 2, and solution n, which is depends on decision matrix and criteria. And from all these solutions, we choose the best one based on this description, design rules, design consideration, pros, cons, dependencies, design pattern, architectural style, constraints, etc. After choosing our software architecture, we can modify and describe our architecture if any modification can be arise. Then we can analyze our architecture. If quality is yes, then we can build out the system architecture. If answer is no, then we can go to our iterative process like as ASR. Then we can continue all the steps again. Survey. We design a structural web-based survey because survey helps us to understand our proposed approach is good or bad. The architect use this approach and or not. Survey is two types of survey we can provide it. This paper is provided. One is open-end survey and another is closed-end survey. In open-end survey, we collect data like personal information, etc. And in closed-end survey, we can propose the approach evaluation. Proposed approach evaluation use a fixed option like a scale, like agree, strongly agree, disagree, no answer, etc. Here is the step of the survey. Like first of all, we can survey instrument, and then data collection, then data analysis, and then result. Here we find out our report in the survey. First of all, we see that male is more response rather than the female in our survey, and students is less than the professional, and the qualification based survey, bachelor are less than masters, and PhD is 0%. Here is no PhD student are response in our survey. And here is our graphical representation of response for architectural design decision based on their response rate is based on their experience, like 1.1 and 2 years experience. Those people who are responses most very much response. And then in the other chart, we see that this is a Likert scale representation, like question 7. Strongly agree and agree. Agree is more than strongly agree and rather than others. We can compare all of this. Here is the limitation of our paper. There is no development tool for our proposed approach and extended approach by this, including other best practices of software architecture such as evolution, and whole life cycle of the software architecture phases. And there is no decision matrix, quality selection, or optimal solution for each problem. That's all for today. Thank you. Assalamu alaikum.